Whenever we talk about AI and jobs, the conversation always seems to go to one place: replacement. Is a robot going to take my job? But what if that's the completely wrong question to be asking? What if the real story, the much more interesting story, is all about augmentation? Today, we're diving into how AI is becoming a powerful co-pilot for our professional lives.
So, let me just ask you this straight up, and it might sound a little strange at first. Is AI your new career coach, your mentor, your personal development guide? Well, as it turns out, the answer is way more complex and, frankly, more fascinating than you might think.
Because what we're witnessing here isn't just some new app or a cool new tool, it's a fundamental shift. The very path we take to learn, to grow our skills, and to build our careers is being totally rewritten by this technology. And it's affecting every single stage of our professional lives.
Okay, so how do we even begin to wrap our heads around a change this massive? Well, lucky for us, we have a guide. We're going to be using a groundbreaking study that's basically the first ever detailed map of this entire new world, showing us all the key landmarks and, crucially, how they all connect.
Now, the researchers behind this map didn't just glance at a few articles. No, they systematically analyzed 151 different academic papers on this topic. That's a massive amount of data, which gives our map some serious credibility.
And get this, they looked back over 2 full decades. By reviewing all the research from 2002 all the way to 2022, they were able to see not just a snapshot of where we are today, but the entire evolution, the whole movie of how AI and personal development have slowly been coming together.
So you might be wondering, how in the world do you map a bunch of ideas? They use this incredibly powerful technique called bibliometric analysis. The easiest way to think about it is like creating a social network, but for research. It analyzes which papers are citing each other to see which ideas are clustered together, revealing a true knowledge map.
And this brilliant map reveals 5 clear, distinct regions, 5 major themes where AI is really making its mark on how we grow as professionals. So for the next few minutes, think of me as your tour guide. We're going to visit each one.
And here it is. This is the actual knowledge map they created. Each one of those colored clusters you see represents one of those 5 key themes. It looks complex, I know, but it perfectly illustrates the hidden structure of this emerging field. Now let's zoom in on that red cluster first.
Our first stop on the tour is all about how AI is being woven directly into the fabric of the modern workplace. And the most important point here is that this isn't about surveillance or replacement, it's about partnership. It's about designing tools from the ground up with one goal in mind: helping people grow.
So what does that actually look like in practice, day to day? Well, imagine getting training recommendations perfectly customized to your specific skill gaps and your career ambitions. Or practicing a really difficult conversation in a hyper-realistic VR simulation. Or how about having a digital assistant that can instantly share the collected wisdom of the most experienced people in your company? This isn't science fiction anymore. This is happening right now.
All right, let's move on to our next region. This is about way more than just on-the-job training. AI is forcing a really profound shift in how we think about education itself. We're moving away from just building up human capital for a company and toward fostering the holistic, personal development of individuals.
This means universities are using AI to adapt their courses in real time, matching them to the skills employers actually need right now, like big data and cybersecurity. It means using something called learning analytics to spot a student who's struggling and offer them tailored support before they fail. And it really fuels this big idea that learning doesn't stop when you graduate, it's a lifelong journey.
Our third theme is a big one: AI coaching. And we're not just talking about a fancy chatbot here. The research defines it as a structured, goal-oriented process where a machine systematically helps you figure out exactly what you want to achieve and how you're going to get there. And the benefits here are just transformative. First off, it democratizes coaching. That high-level executive support that used to cost a fortune is now potentially accessible to everyone. It also creates this judgment-free zone where you can reflect on tough topics without any fear. And maybe most amazingly, studies are showing that for goal attainment, these AI coaches can be just as effective as human ones.
Our fourth stop on the tour builds on this idea of personalization. The old model of putting everyone in a classroom for a one-size-fits-all training session is, well, it's officially dead. AI is the engine driving this massive move toward learning that fits you, your style, and your schedule.
And this impacts the entire employee journey. AI is streamlining the early stages of hiring, sure,
But more importantly, it's helping to identify how you learn best so it can create training just for you. And of course, it's putting all of that power right onto your phone so you can learn anytime, anywhere.
Okay, now for our final theme. And honestly, this might be the most surprising one of all. In a world that is obsessed with automation, the most valuable skills are becoming the most human. This quote just nails it. It's the soft skills like communication, teamwork, creativity that make a job much, much harder to replace with a machine. And here is the fascinating twist. AI is becoming one of our best tools for developing those very soft skills. I'm serious. AI can analyze our communication patterns, assess our teamwork in simulations, and help us improve the uniquely human abilities that automation simply can't touch. It makes our roles even more valuable.
So we've toured all 5 regions on our map. Now let's pull back and look at the big picture. The researchers took all these different themes and they synthesized them. They brought them together into a single, powerful framework for lifelong growth.
They call it the cradle-to-grave framework, and it brilliantly illustrates the whole story. It starts with seeing AI as a partner. From there, it helps us predict and educate ourselves for the skills of the future, especially soft skills. It supports us through our entire career, it makes coaching accessible to everybody, and ultimately, it helps us make smarter, strategic decisions about our own development.
This framework, it presents such a powerful and, frankly, optimistic vision for the future. But getting there? That's not guaranteed. This technology presents us with a very clear choice and some very real challenges that we need to navigate. So the choice is really ours. Do we let this technology become a rival? Do we let it create algorithmic bias, new data privacy nightmares, and more techno-stress? Or do we intentionally build it as a partner, one that delivers personalized growth, that makes coaching accessible, and that gives us the insights to augment our own human abilities? So, the crucial point is this. The research shows that AI has the potential to be the most powerful tool for personal development we have ever created. It can be our partner in growth. The only question left is, are we ready to make it one?